Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into the tactical blueprint, meticulously designed to give Cristiano Ronaldo a literal fairy tale ending at the 2026 World Cup in North America. We're looking at a projected squad that honestly might just be the most complete, tactically savvy, and downright dangerous Portuguese side in a generation.
So, what if you had one last shot? Put yourself in the shoes of a legend for a second. Imagine carrying the immense weight of an entire nation on your shoulders for one final, desperate campaign. You're stepping onto football's absolute biggest stage, knowing this is your last chance at the one trophy that's always slipped through your fingers. It's the ultimate do-or-die scenario, right?
And that brings us to the number 6. 6. That represents the historic, totally unprecedented number of World Cups a 41-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo would be stepping into come 2026. No one has ever done that. But, the narrative this time around is completely different. Because for the first time in maybe his entire international career, he's not going to have to carry this heavy burden alone.
Section 1. The Tactical Machine, Martinez's System.
Now, the foundation for this whole new ecosystem was actually laid during a flawless Euro 2024 qualification run. Roberto Martinez came in and instilled this philosophy of total football for the modern era. He created a tactical powerhouse that doesn't just want to beat you, it literally wants to dictate the entire flow of the game. The days of just crossing your fingers and relying on individual brilliance, those are long gone. Just look at the stats from that qualification run. 10 matches played, 10 wins. Utter domination. They absolutely suffocated opponents, racking up a staggering 36 goals, while leaking, well, a mere 2. Think about that. That isn't just scraping by. That is a flawless, perfectly executed blueprint for exactly how this team intends to operate on the world stage.
Step 1. On paper, it's a flexible 4-3-3 for standard play. But step 2? The second they get the ball, it morphs into this shape-shifting monster, an incredibly aggressive 3-2-5 in possession. They push up this incredibly high defensive line to squeeze the pitch, flood the opponent's half, and attack from literally all angles. It's a high-intensity, coordinated press that can adapt instantly, whether they need to stretch the play wide or completely own the center of the park.
Section 2. The Defensive Wall, Building a Fortress.
Look, you can't build a champion without a fortress protecting an elite shot stopper like Diogo Costa. So let's talk about the formidable central defensive partnership. On one side, you've got Ruben Dias, the organizer and absolute warrior. He brings that ruthless mentality to snuff out attacks. On the other side, Gonçalo Inácio, providing pure technical grace and ball-playing ability. It's the perfect combo. This duo can shut down an opposing forward line and, in the blink of an eye, launch a precise counterattack.
But out on the right flank is where things get really fascinating. An inverted fullback is a tactical role where a wide defender tucks into the central midfield to create an overload and dictate play from deep. Well, Martinez might unleash a massive innovation here by taking a natural central midfielder, Matheus Nunes, and plugging him into this specific role. Instead of staying wide, Nunes tucks in, creating this numerical advantage in the middle. It's a high-risk, high-reward gamble, but it makes Portugal powerfully unpredictable.
Section 3. The Engine Room, Supercharged Midfield.
If the defense is the wall, this trio is the motor. We're talking about what could easily be the most technically gifted and balanced midfield in the entire 2026 tournament. First up, Joao Neves. He's the ultimate defensive shield, breaking up plays and reading the game 5 steps ahead. Then, Vitinha acts as the tireless metronome. His ability to effortlessly keep the ball under intense pressure seamlessly links the defense to the attack. Finally, Bruno Fernandes, the creative orchestrator, roaming in a free role, pulling all the strings and unleashing those devastating final balls.
And if that wasn't already unfair enough, throw in a high IQ talent like Bernardo Silva. He is the world-class tactical ace up the sleeve. His presence just gives Martinez unbelievable tactical flexibility. With this caliber of players operating together, you're pretty much guaranteeing that this team's creative well is never, ever going to run dry.
Section 4. The Weapons, Attack, and the King.
Now we reach the tip of the spear, the weapons specifically designed to inflict maximum damage. Flanking the center are 2 wildly explosive yet very contrasting threats. On the left, Rafael Leao, pure bottled chaos with a sprinter's speed. He can stretch defenses to their absolute breaking point and flip a game on its head in a single one-on-one moment.
Meanwhile, on the right, Francisco Conceição gives you something totally different. He's tricky, he's direct, and he uses this incredibly low center of gravity to weave through unbelievably tight spaces.
And sitting right smack in the middle of it all, the focal point, the king himself, Cristiano Ronaldo, will be 41 years old in 2026. But let's be clear, his inclusion isn't sentimental. It is purely tactical. He has officially evolved from that flying winger of his youth into the ultimate lethal penalty box predator. His job isn't to run the channels anymore. No, his job is to entirely own the 6-yard box.
See, this whole ecosystem is engineered to optimize Ronaldo's killer instinct. The tireless midfield, they do the heavy running. Leao and Conceição, they drag defenders out wide to create the space. Bruno Fernandes, he provides the world-class ammunition. So Ronaldo is left to do what he does better than anyone else: act as the focal point, the leader, and the absolute ruthless finisher.
Section 5. The final verdict: can they do it?
With this terrifying machine fully assembled, we have to ask, can Portugal actually pull off this fairy tale ending? Well, let's compare them to the past. That legendary 2016 squad scraped by to win the Euros largely on sheer grit and moments of individual magic. But this 2026 blueprint? Completely different animal. They are built to dominate and suffocate. They're engineered with the defensive steel, the midfield control, and the attacking firepower to overwhelm literally any nation on Earth. They are heading to North America to send a massive message.
Of course, the tactical debate on how this will actually play out under the bright lights is wide open. So based on the deep dive we just did, I really want you to think critically about this question. Besides Ronaldo, who do you think is Portugal's most important player? Is it Dias organizing the wall, Fernandes pulling the strings, or maybe that high-risk gamble of Núñez at inverted fullback?
The final chapter in the greatest goal-scoring story ever told. If all these complex tactical pieces perfectly align, North America could very well host the ultimate culmination of a 24-year international crusade. It's a chance to complete football for the greatest goal scorer in history. But I'll leave you with this final thought. In a tournament as incredibly unforgiving as the World Cup, will this flawless tactical machine actually be enough to carry the heavyweight of history? Or is the dream of a perfect ending just a fairy tale after all?